Peace to everyone, all the kings and queens out there. My name is King Obatunda. I'm back again with another live. Uh, Today, I have a little subject I want to talk to you guys about. It's, a little something I've been thinking about for quite some time, and I've been trying to figure out a way to be able to talk about it and elaborate on it while on live or on camera. I was debating whether I wanted to just pre-record a video or if I wanted to do the live. But as you guys see in the title, this topic is about the harsh realities of being a YouTuber here in Uganda, of course, while this COVID stuff is going on. And in particular, I want to talk about the harsh realities of doing travel tourism here in Uganda, while all this stuff is going on. So I'm gonna give it like a minute or so, try to let everybody come in. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who has been supporting my channel in the past. People who are currently subscribing to my channel, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you everyone for watching. I do want to ask everybody in my while I'm on live now, for those of you who are gonna join in and who are watching now, do you guys prefer to watch more live videos of what I got going on, or would you prefer like pre-recorded videos? I'm gonna ask that question again throughout this live, and just to get everybody's responses, just to see how everybody is as far as what people are requesting as far as information. Because my job, like I told you guys before, is to bridge that gap of information, from here on the continent and here, and of course there abroad in the diaspora. So if you guys prefer to receive that kind of information via live video, let me know in the comment section, and I will start to make, preparations and considerations for doing more lives in the future. But if that is only if you guys are requesting that kind of content, because if not, I'll still focus on the other things of travel, tourism, things like that, doing cultural documentation, stuff like that. But if you guys want to see more live videos, like I'm saying, you just let me know in the comment section, and I will do my best to start making those preparations and considerations. So once again, this video today is going to be about the realities of doing YouTube here in Uganda, trying to promote tourism here in Uganda. And I'm going to cover a few different things. But before I do, let's just go ahead and get right into it. So the reason why I'm even asking a question, well, even saying about what I'm talking about today, the reason why I'm even talking about this is because a lot of people have been asking me, a lot of things I do. What do I do, like behind the scenes, place that I go to, things that I do in my free time, stuff like that. But for the most part, I was only focusing on doing YouTube for a long time because one, YouTube is paying. Two, I didn't want to put too much on my plate, put all my eggs in one basket, so to speak. Oh, no, that's not what I mean. But I didn't want to, overload myself with too much work, and I didn't want to put too much on my plate because doing this YouTube stuff is kind of new to me, and I just didn't want to overwhelm myself, basically. So I wanted to kind of, take it slowly and pace myself. But I realized that in this day and age, a lot of us YouTubers really have to multitask, and we also have to have more than one hustle. And I was speaking to a lot of people today, and a friend of mine, he actually put some things into perspective for me, something that I thought about before, but I didn't really take into consideration until it came from him, or another person rather. And he put something into perspective for me. And one of those things is that as a YouTuber, you really have to know the business or the work that you're getting yourself into, because if you don't, you could end up being in a situation similar to what I'm in. So let me elaborate on that a bit. All right, let me turn this light up just so y'all can see me clear. All right, there we go. So what I mean is that if you only have one source of doing this YouTube content creation stuff, and that source is starting to you're seeing that if you pay attention to your analytics, you start to see that your views and things like that are going down. A lot of YouTubers, what they've been doing to supplement that is basically having backup accounts with backup channels, or they work on multiple platforms. So when one platform isn't doing so great, they have another platform like Instagram, Facebook, etc. All right. So because I only work on one platform, trying to get onto two, which is Instagram now, I'm trying to branch most of my work onto Instagram as well, because it's also a platform that does do well out here in Uganda. And then I'm gonna get to why I don't do Facebook. I'll get to that part. But I was saying the reason why I only work on this one platform is because, one, like I told you, I wanted to focus on that specifically. And then once I felt like I mastered it and I got it down packed to where I wanted it to be, then I can move on, to another platform. However, I'm seeing that, with Instagram, it should have been better for me to start Instagram a long time ago, but I really didn't know a whole lot about that. I was only on Facebook, and I didn't know about how to market off of Instagram. Now I've learned some things, and I've learned that it's something I should have done a long time ago. But it's very important for a lot of us YouTubers to have backup options, even if you don't have a backup channel or you don't work on multiple platforms. It's best always, to have another hustle or whatever the case may be, because with things going on the way they're going on right now with this COVID stuff and these new strains of COVID that's coming out, a lot of stuff is just not guaranteed anymore like it used to be. And on top of that, I have more of a risk of having my businesses affected because of these different curfews and lockdowns and whatnot. And it often happens when I'm not prepared for it to happen. And that's why, I try to be as prepared as I possibly can be. And lately, I've been slipping a little bit as far as my preparations. Those who know me personally, they know that I'm a very prepared guy, and I try to always, have the advantage of preparedness, because that's just who I am as a person, is what I was taught, it was what I was trained, and it helps, Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. I think that's how it goes. So that's basically, what I try to live by. And like I said, it's great to always have a backup for everything that you're doing. So why am I telling you guys this? I'm telling you guys this because, I've seen a lot of subscribers of mine who are planning on coming to Uganda pretty soon, or planning on coming to Uganda in the future. And a lot of guys really just don't understand, yes, it is cheap out here to come to Uganda. It's cheap to live, cheap to maintain, things like that. But because of this curfew stuff, things like this can happen to where everything can just be shut down. And then just like that, prices get gouged, and there comes the inflation. You understand? The economy gets inflated ridiculously. Just to go from here to one side of town, the price could go up just because of the fact that there's curfew and stuff like that. So, and then now they're restricting transportation, they're restricting movement. So if you want to get a personal vehicle, they're going to charge you out the wazoo just for the fare, just to go from one place to another. So that is why I'm telling you guys to have backup options. Even if your backup option is another source of income or just another place to go, have those options, because it's not good for you to have no kind of support channel here in Uganda. I can't speak of any other country, so I'm only speaking on here in UG. I really recommend all of you subscribers who are watching my channel now and who will watch in the future, definitely make sure you have some kind of support channel when you come out here. It's not necessary, it's not mandatory, but it will definitely help you in the long run. It's like having condoms on you. You'd rather need them than not have them, or need it, not have it, or have it not need it, basically. So out here, that's basically how it is. And I'm a solo traveler, I do everything on my own. I don't really depend on anybody for a lot of things, though lately I have been asking for more help than usual, because I was not aware of a lot of stuff that was been going on. And that is why the person who I talked to today had let me know that, it's really best to understand the full extent of the business that you're getting into, so that you know what comes with it. And with this YouTube stuff, it's a lot that I'm still learning. And yes, I did kind of just jump right, head first into it. But I did it because there are certain aspects of YouTube that are very simple and very easy. But as your channel starts to grow and as your business starts to grow, you will notice that those things are going to change, drastically. And that is one of the things that, that kind of messed me up. So that is one little message I wanted to put out to you guys. And that's something I definitely had to mention to everyone, because I need people to understand that, yes, I put a lot of great videos out there, and other YouTubers also put out great videos, but I also try to put the bad stuff out there too, so you guys can get a full understanding of what you're trying to deal with. Some people look at it, I've even mentioned it in the past. I've had people, message me and ask me why do I put stuff like that. It's my personal business or whatever. I do that because it's a lesson learned for somebody else. You understand? If I keep these things to myself, you potentially can go through the same thing, and it could have been avoided had you just watched my video or heard about what I went through or whatever case may be. All right. So one of the topics that I wanted to talk to you guys about, other than this, related to what I'm saying, the title, is Uganda worth traveling to during COVID? I had a subscriber ask me that before, and I've had other people ask me that on phone calls or emails and stuff like that. And I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to say no at the same time. But I also want to say it really depends on what it is you're coming to Uganda to do. Because if you're coming to Uganda right now for tourism, tourism's kind of dead right now. I mean, you can go to certain places, you can do certain things, but you won't enjoy it to the full extent as what you could possibly enjoy it had there been no curfew at all, or no lockdown, no COVID, none of that. You understand? I've had a few people who come here and had the time of their life, the best time of their life, but honestly, after I found out what they did on their trip, I kind of felt like, they got sold, something a little short, basically. And I felt like, they could have had much more of a better time or a greater journey or whatever had all this mess not been going on. So that's what I mean by yes and no. You understand? Because Uganda is still a beautiful country to come to. Even if you want to come here and chill, relax, take some time off from your job or whatever the case may be, stay in an Airbnb, a nice resort, and go to the lake or go to this place or that place. But right now, because of the 42-day lockdown, there's no inter-district travel. So if you don't have a method, I'm not sure even how they're doing this right now, but I'm sure people are able to go to like these safaris and national parks and stuff like that. But I'm not sure how they're able to do it because that was not put out. That information wasn't really put out there. So that's another point I'm going to come to is the lack of information, lack of transparency when it comes to information here in UG. So before I get to that, as I was saying, I'm not so certain if you guys are able to like go on safaris and whatnot still. I know they're still open because I'm seeing safari companies that are still advertising for booking in this month, and at the end of this month. There are some companies who have just shut down completely and they're not doing anything at all until after the 42-day lockdown. So you might want to make sure that if you had booked something in the past and your date is coming up to do these events, you want to make sure right now, if you can do it right now, make sure that everything is still good to go. Because that is one of the biggest problems that is happening right now. Hold on one second, shut my door. Kids still outside playing. I'm back. Kids just got home, so they outside playing and whatnot right now. So yes, Uganda it's worth it to travel here, but once again, just make sure that you can do what you got to do before you come here, because bars are closed, restaurants are closing early. They're not serving drinks in certain places. Certain restaurants that I will go to before it has a bar, they're just closed completely. They don't even want to deal with it because it's hard for people to make money out here. You understand? If you have a restaurant business or something like that, or you just open a bar, I mean, that you just took a loss basically, and you don't get any kind of compensation for that. You don't get reimbursement for that at all. You just have to take that loss, and that's actually what's happening with a lot of people. In particular, I'm one of them. I had a few bookings for my drone business. A few people wanted me to do some weddings and stuff like that. But with the restrictions on the limited amount of people who are coming to weddings, some people have just canceled their weddings until after the lockdown. I've had 3 people so far cancel on me. I just woke up to an email today, and that's what I got so frustrated today. And I say, you know what? I have to make a live video today because I woke up to this email and I was expecting some really good money coming in, and I was going to do a job for this gentleman. He had a wedding coming up in Kuchala, which is a part of the wedding events, and I was going to cover these things with my drone, and I was going to edit also for this gentleman as well. However, with my editing PC being down, because I have to replace that part, that whole editing portion, we would just have to take care of that another way. And I had another option for that. Unfortunately, with this 42-day lockdown and this person being in a town, I can't travel to Ginger and that person can't travel here. So just like that, the guy had to cancel on me. And like I said, I was expecting some really good money off of that deal. And it just sucks because you don't get no compensation for that. You don't get nothing, and people like me, we still have to pay bills. We still have other things we have to do, but we have to put up with this as well. You understand? So, what I mentioned earlier is there's just a lack of transparency of information, and then once the information is out there, you really have to deal with it. There's nothing that's gonna change, or there's nothing that can do. No amount of complaining will change the situation here. So it's best to just learn everything that you can. That way you know what options you have, and that's what I'm trying to do now. So I tried to not get so frustrated and so upset because of the whole cancellation and everything like that. But it's difficult, when when I'm trying to create other hustles to supplement my income and just bring in some more money, because donations aren't really coming in like I want them to. So I'm trying to find other ways, to make money out here, and I've had some solid ways of doing this. Unfortunately, it's because of curfew and COVID that things just not going as planned, as the way they're supposed to. There were some investors that I was in communication with via email. These guys are scared to come here because just a week or two ago, there was an assassination attempt on the general, one of the generals here, and it's just a few other things that are going on locally. And because of this lack of transparency of information, people are not knowing specifically what's going on. There's danger and whatnot. So they look to people like me to be able to answer those questions. Unfortunately, when it comes to political stuff or government stuff, I stay away from that. I don't get into it because it's a lot of misinformation. I could say something to you guys on live, and then not too long later, they'll come out and say, it'll be something completely different, or the wordage would have changed. So I make sure that, certain things I just don't even talk about on live, or now I'll just refer you to a different source of information, because I don't want to be the responsible one. Well, I don't want to be the one responsible for giving you false information or misinterpreted information, I would rather say. So with that being said, once again, you guys just try to find out as much as you can before you come here. When it comes to business, it really depends on what kind of business you're getting into. If it's transportation, logistics, as far as delivering packages and stuff like that, those things are still available, and they actually are depending on that more than anything else. The very few vehicles that are allowed to move on the road are the ones for transportation, as far as cargo trucks and stuff like that, delivering goods and products from one place to another. So that is what I told you guys before. I said it last year, I said it this year, and I said it online very recently. The number one business that I recommend for anybody to get into here in Uganda is some kind of logistics, whether it's transportation or delivering products and goods and services. Those kind of businesses, transportation is one of the most crucial businesses here in UG, because it's literally the lifeblood of Africa in particular. If I want to get a product from Kenya to Congo, and I don't want to spend thousands of dollars in taxes and all that other stuff, shipping and handling, you put it on the truck. And that truck takes what, 2-3 weeks to get from one place to another, probably like 2 weeks to get from one place to another, from Kenya to Congo or something like that. And that's mostly what people are doing. You understand? So with that being said, that's a lot of money to be made in that situation. But unfortunately, you really have to pay attention to these lockdowns, because these lockdowns affect your business in a major way. You could have a product. You could send a product off, and then a week later you find out your product has been sitting at the border or sitting somewhere because of curfew regulations or COVID regulations and stuff like that. So it's just things like that. You guys really want to pay attention to before you come here in a major way. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a situation to where you're just going to lose a lot of money, a lot. Now, when it comes to my YouTube, right now I'm developing a backup YouTube channel where I'm going to be putting out different information. I'm going to start considering doing more live videos on that channel. I'm not really too certain just yet, but I definitely want to change the direction a little bit of what I'm doing, because doing travel tourism is very, very difficult for me. It was already difficult before because it was a lot of money. It was very expensive, and I wasn't getting the support that I thought I was going to get from my subscribers. So because the support didn't come in the way I thought it would, I couldn't travel as much as I wanted to, so I tried to do other ways of documenting those types of tourism, as far as going to different regions. I found other ways of doing it. Now, what I'm trying to do now is create a backup channel so I can keep putting this information out to you guys and be more consistent with it, because like I said, this lack of transparency coming down from the top is really, really, really affecting me. I've tried to, ask people at the embassy, I've asked people around town who are in a high level or high position of authority. I try to ask these individuals, what's going on, and nobody really knows much of anything. and that really bothers me a lot. If people know me personally, they know one thing about me. I'm really about information, and I really like to know what's going on. Number one reason is because I'm out here by myself, so I have to always be aware of what's going on in particular. And then on top of that, I got subscribers who also watch my channel who depend on this kind of information. So that's why I try to be in the loop, so to speak. But sometimes it's not easy out here because the top, well, I'll say it just like this. I'm gonna say it just like this. Shit don't roll downhill out here. All right, it don't. Okay, it don't. Nothing comes from the top out here, yo. You just so happen to find out, and it's like I said before, it's just very frustrating because my business depends on that kind of information. But that's neither here nor there, so we'll leave that part. My next subject I want to talk about is do I have plans to leave? I do. I do. I don't have plans to move from Uganda, but I definitely have plans to travel outside of Uganda, and I was supposed to, be implementing those plans very soon. I mentioned it on my last video, my last live video that I did, that I have plans to go to Kenya, and those plans are definitely in full effect because the way that things are going on right now in UG is too slow here. It's too slow. I'm sorry. I love this country. I like a lot of things about it. But unfortunately, when it comes to doing business, certain things in business is just too slow. Now, on the flip side of that, I've met a lot of people who have made money during curfew, or I mean not curfew, during COVID. I've met a lot of people who've made a lot of money during COVID. Their businesses are doing very well, and these guys, they're not suffering the way other people are. But it really depends on the type of business they're doing. A friend of mine, he's a taxi driver. Well, he has his own personal car. He's a personal car driver, and he's doing very well for himself. But what's so funny about it is, before COVID, he wasn't. Before COVID, everybody had their taxis, everybody had their cars, everybody was driving around, Uber this, Bolt that, or whatever case may be. Now it's not that many people. It's people doing it, but it ain't as many as it was before, and people are charging more money to do it. So because it's less people with money nowadays, and the ones who have money are spending that money to go to these different places, these guys are doing very well for themselves right now. And this guy, he just bought himself a new car recently. He had a really bad car. It was a Wish. Is it a Toyota Wish or something like that? But it's I don't know if it's a sedan or what. This is a nice little small car. Wasn't in the greatest conditions. Guys out here, they really like to ride their cars till the wheels fall off, like literally. So I told him, like, bro, you got to take some of this money and reinvest. And he actually did, and he's been paying for a car recently, and he finally finished his payments and whatnot. So since he's been able to do that, he's able to do well for himself. And that's what I mean. Transportation is one of the #1 businesses that I've seen people have grown a lot of success from. The second one is construction. Even though a lot of things have been going on with this whole lockdown stuff, people are still building houses, they're still building apartments, buildings are still being built. The new shopping mall over here in Zambia, where the U.S. Embassy is, that mall is going to be open soon, but it's not going to be a lot of shops in there because ain't nobody got money to put shops in right now. This shop's there, don't get me wrong, their business is there, but they will only be there for a very short amount of time. There's a mall near where I live now. It's called the UK Mall. And this mall hasn't even been open, I think, like 3 or 4 months now. And shops are already moving out because the rent is too high and the customer base is too low. You understand? It's in a great location, don't get me wrong. That location is a very great location for you to have your business. Unfortunately, because of this curfew stuff, people ain't trying to, do all of that. It's fun during the day, but maybe once a week or maybe once a month. Really, not even once a week, once a month, you'll have a customer come out and enjoy themselves. They'll spend like, $20, $30 or something like that. Here, that's big money. During this time, that's big money. So, you got a lot of young adults who will go out to these malls, but they're not really spending anymore because that money, they need that for the rest of the week or for the rest of whenever. You understand? So, right now, certain businesses are just too risky to get involved in because of this whole lockdown situation. So once again, I'll say it and I'll repeat it one more time. Make sure you find out before you come here. And then once you get here, try to have a backup plan because Out here, there's no compensation for your loss at all. There's no one that you're going to complain to that can help you get your losses back or get reimbursement for that at all. It's not going to happen. If it does, you're very lucky. You're very, very lucky. All right. So other than that, yo, like I said, I'm not planning on leaving the country for good, but I am planning on traveling outside of this country very soon. Because once again, it's just too slow for my YouTube business, and I want to be able to provide more information for you guys. And if providing information about Uganda has come to its limit, then it's time to go ahead and move on and go to a different area and continue doing that information. So um, before I continue to my next topic, I'm gonna read a few of these comments and then I'll move right along to the next topic. All right, let me see what y'all are talking about. You guys are watching me. Let me know where you're watching me from. Let me know what's going on, where you at as far as your lockdown situation, if you're even going through one at all, or if you're opening up. I know I'm hearing certain places have been opening back up because of these COVID vaccines. People, if you got your second jab or whatever, then they're not as strict on you as they are with other things. So you guys let me know what's up with that, because out here, whether you got the first jab, second jab, third jab, or no jab, none of it matters. All right, you're still on lockdown. They still treat you the same way as every other thing. I've met people who have the vaccine, but they're still masked up, sanitized up, still being cautious, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be cautious. Don't forgive me, please. It's not a bad thing to be cautious, but I would have thought that with the vaccine and stuff like that, people could start returning to their normal lives, I guess. But it's like, one thing that bothered me the most about this whole thing that's going on is that I'm not hearing from anybody, any government or any place anywhere around, whether or not we'll be able to return to our normal lives, or if this is going to be the new normal. You understand? So that's what I mean by the harsh realities of doing this business here, because this is a very harsh reality that we're living in right now. It doesn't look like anything is going to change. You understand what I'm saying? Like, the curfew's still been the same. The enforcement has still been the same. Police are still being abusive as they've been before. And it's like, I don't understand why we're not getting the information that we deserve as the people here in this country to get a better understanding of why these things are being the way they are. They're just telling us that the Indian strain, there's a new strain from India that's affecting young people more so than others. They had a high number of cases that came out in one day, so it just raised the alarm. But they didn't say anything about the recovery rates. They didn't say anything about if they're what they're treating these children with, or whoever caught the Indian strain, what they're treating them with. They didn't talk about what facilities they're going to. You get what I'm saying? Like, what facilities are the best facilities to go to, if any? I know Mulago has a wing dedicated to COVID and stuff like that, but I'm not hearing about whether they got bodies piled up in the back, ready, waiting to be buried or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? So I would like to know specifically the transparency, like what exactly is going on, because they just put out the numbers, like I told you in my last live. They put out the numbers for the infected amount of people and then the recovered amount of people, and the recovery rate seemed very high to me. So in my intelligent mind, I would believe that things are getting better, but the way that they're talking, it ain't getting no better at all. In fact, it's getting worse. So that's what we need to understand, the transparency. We need to understand what aspects of it is getting worse. You understand? Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all already know, some people have seen me out and about doing my own thing. I'm still careful. I'm still, cautious and stuff like that. But I have not seen half of what these guys are talking about. And I'm out here every day. I'm out here. All right. I'm not hiding in the house or anything like that. I don't watch the stuff on the news. I'm out there in the street. Okay. I'm out there. So I'm not saying I purposely just put myself out there, put myself in danger or something like that. No. But I'm still trying to figure out what's going on. I can't sit in the house and figure it out. So I got to go hit the streets, and I got to go talk to some people, meet people that I know, things like that, and just try to find out some more information. When I say hit the streets, I don't want y'all to think that I just be walking around like a roadman or something like that. I don't be doing stuff like that. I go to different areas. I go visit friends. I go around to this business or this restaurant or this hotel, and I'll ask people questions, meet up with hotel owners, something like that. There's a friend of mine who has a nice resort right up the street, Camp Out Forest Resort. I go up there and talk to those guys because sometimes they're connected, so they will know certain information before I do, because they have a business that has to follow SOPs for this whole COVID situation. So I always try to go to those guys and ask them, what information do they know, if any. and they get very limited information just like I do. And once again, I haven't gotten anything from the U.S. Embassy, no kind of alerts or anything like that. I haven't been on their website because I kind of really don't care. To be honest, I'm just be honest with you, kind of don't care. So I have not been on the U.S. Embassy website. They're putting any information out there. It's probably just the same regurgitated nonsense about washing your hands and sanitizing, wearing a mask, and all that. And out here, they're telling people to wear masks all the time and walk around with them and stuff like that. I saw a little kid pass out the other day from overheating, because of all this stuff that he's wearing. I'm like, yo, is it really safe? Is it really healthy for us to be doing that in this heat? We're in Africa. We're not, in America or other countries where it gets a little colder. The climate out here is very hot. You understand? Who's gonna be wearing that masked up all day, and then you sweat, your mask gets wet. That kind of defeats the purpose of you wearing it at that point. You understand? So that's just all. It's certain things that just really ain't being transparent right now. EYB Entertainment asked me how is the internet service there. Right now I'm on Zuku, so you guys let me know what you think. Is it clear? Am I glitching or anything like that? Is the audio clear? Zuku's pretty decent for me right now. Took me forever to get it, and it took a lot of hassle and arguing and cursing and whatnot just to get them to do it the right way, do the right job. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, it's just Zuku's. It's okay. It's a decent internet service. Somebody recommended another service to me, but I don't think I'll be going with that one simply because of the fact that the price is where I need it to be with Zuku, and it's like I said, it's unlimited. It's consistent. I don't have no problems with it dropping or anything like that I know of, because I still, I'm fresh with this service, so I want to make sure that I don't put out that wrong information. So I'm still testing it to see how well it's doing. So I'll get back to you guys on that one. 42 lockdown, I heard out there. Would you suggest fly or not fly out there? King Cairo. King Cairo, honestly, it depends on what you're trying to do. If you got to come out here to go see family or whatever, come on, fly or whatever. But you're not going to be able to take a bus, from what I understand. No buses are crossing over. So you definitely just going to have to get on the flight. Also, flights are getting canceled, yo. A friend of mine is stuck here right now. Her flight got canceled. She's supposed to go back to the States, and she had to fly through Emirates, and they canceled her flight. And they're charging a lot of money right now to get to get flights and whatnot out of UG. So I'm not even sure what's going on with that. I just found out about that yesterday. They are canceling the folks' flights that's going over to the Emirates. Excuse me. Kim Trex 007 here, bro. What's up? Trust you doing okay? Yeah, I'm straight, bro. I'm straight, man. Just trying to maintain, Brandon, great info. Thanks for sharing everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm trying to move to TZ. I'm not moving to TZ, but I will go and visit. It's a lot more African Americans over there that I think it's more of them over there than it is here. If it's not, they're more connected there than they are here, because I've been meeting people mad randomly, and very soon, I'm gonna say it now so I can speak it into existence. Very soon, I'm gonna figure out a way to create a support channel for all foreign, all African diasporans to just come back here and we all be connected and link up, whether it's a group chat or app or whatever. Because too many times am I finding, people are struggling or suffering or just so disconnected from each other. And then we finally link up, they tell me about all the horror stories that they go through and how a lot of the stuff could have been avoided had we all just been connected and whatnot. So I'm definitely going to work on that. If anybody out there wants to work on that with me, just DM me on Instagram, or you can email me on at my email, kingoftuna@gmail.com. If that's something you guys want to work on with me, you let me know and just hit me up, and we can start working on that, because we need to create more support channels for our people to come out here and to be able to take care of business without going through the hassle of all the cheating, the scamming, the lying, the conniving, all of that garbage. All right, it ain't just from indigenous people; it's also from returnees too. So that's also what I mean. All right, we got to weed out all that BS, all the snakes in the grass and whatnot, and create a solid support team for our people who are serious about coming here. Because like Marcus Garvey said, you got no good N-words over there, they're gonna be no good N-words out here. Straight up. Uganda biker, which part of Kampala you living in? I live in the part of Kampala that is close to the water. That's the best I can tell you, all right? I'm sorry, I'm a little secretive about my locations. When I don't put my location out there on no video for somebody to pop up at my door, ask me, yo, what's up, King? How you doing? I'm all right, fam. But you can catch me out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all catch me at Food Hub or something like that. Y'all can, catch me over here at Kampala Forest Resort in Yenga. But somewhere around these areas, these parts, 'cause I'll be all over. Chemtrax 007 must be hard over there right now due to the COVID lockdown. Yet you consider relocating, bro? Nothing wrong. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Nova Scotia, man, what was you doing up there in Nova Scotia? That's what's up. That's what's up. Frozen fam, police there seem worse than here in the U.S. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. But there's definitely a clear. I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but I'm gonna tell you how it was for me when I was a soldier. Getting that M16 in my hand, putting on that uniform, you feel big. You know what I'm saying? You get big headed a lot. And out here, well, in the army, you had other people around you to check that big headedness because people are vets everywhere in America. You can find a vet anywhere. You can be talking to somebody you didn't even know they served 20, 30 years in the military, and you over here acting like you a big private or whatever because you just graduated basic training. That's just how it is for human beings. So I'm not going to say specifically which human beings are doing it because I don't want no smoke because they don't want no smoke with me. All right, so I'm gonna just say it like that, yo. There are people out here and over there and everywhere who are just very big-headed, who get a gun in their hands and get a little bit of backup behind them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wearing the same uniform. They feel big. They feel bad. They feel bold. You understand? And that's how it is, yo. I ain't gonna elaborate no more than that. You come to my door, we're gonna have trouble. All right. Uganda biker live, man. If you want to, no need to rant about this country. You're spoiling our image. How am I spoiling your image? Explain that. Uganda biker. I'm calling you out because I want to know. How am I spoiling your image? What did I say that's spoiling the image of Uganda? Because from what I understand, this is what's happening in this country. All I'm trying to do is be transparent with people who wish to come to this country. If you can be more transparent, then why don't you put the information out there? You understand? So Ugandan biker, go ahead and explain what you're talking about there. Because you're telling me I'm spoiling the image of our country. Just recently, Vice and BBC just put out a documentary about what your police have done to your people. So you tell me how I'm ruining the image of your country. Let's get it started, yo. For real, let's get it started. Because I really want to know. SPK Lifestyle. Bro, I appreciate that, that donation. Dog, when you come out here, bro, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. It's another gentleman who's going to be coming out here very soon. And we're going to link up. And you guys going to see him on my channel, hopefully. And you'll see exactly what I mean by what's going on. Michael Akhenaten, bro, appreciate that donation. I really, really do. It's going to go a long way. I'm definitely going to keep my head up, fam, because I do not like looking down, all right? I like to look forward, and I like to, stay positive and stay progressive, all right? Kaboyo Daniel said, keep going, King. Forget about the image. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Go Black to Africa. What's up, King? Yo, go Black to Africa. DM me on my Instagram, yo. We need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation, a serious one. DM me on my Instagram, King Obatuna. I need to holler at you, yo. I need to holler at you. Other than that, let me get back to these topics real quick, and I'm gonna end this live pretty soon because I got other stuff I got going on right now, and it's almost curfew and everything, so I want to make sure I get all my stuff done in the house before it starts and whatnot. So King Cairo said, King, please don't entertain fools in the chat regarding Uganda. You're doing great work. I'm not really entertaining fools and whatnot, but Uganda Biker has been a subscriber of mine for a while. And from what you're saying, y'all know my videos. Y'all know I don't put stuff out to tarnish the image of something, but I like to be truthful and transparent. Because there's a lot of people who still think that African people live in huts and shit. So, if you calling me out saying I'm ruining the image, let's talk about it. Tell me how I'm ruining the image. Because my job is to restore the image of the continent, you understand? So let's talk about it. Or maybe just in your feelings about some shit and you just, picking the wrong time to put out the wrong message. So that's what I mean. We can talk about it. I'm not one of them kind of people. But if you call me out, we're going to come correct, all right? So moving right along. Another topic up here I have is what places have been closed down since all this has been going on. Like I said, a lot of restaurants, bars, schools. Certain schools have been shut down completely. I don't think they're doing anything as far as like online. I don't think they're doing anything at all. And then just transportation, travel, movement that's the biggest one for me because my job, I have to move around a lot and I have to go from different parts of town or different cities or whatever the case may be. So that's really been the biggest one that's been hurting me the most is just the whole thing of moving around. So other than that, those support channels that we're going to develop soon, I hope that people really take advantage of it in a way that you really have a better understanding when you come out here because there are some support channels that are already out here that exist, but they're mostly used by Mzungus, and Mzungus are able to get the support that they need. There's a lot of group chats that are on Facebook and stuff like that. I don't really follow them anymore like I used to because a lot of it is just other Mzungus volunteers who come here who are doing whatever work that they're doing. And don't get me wrong, when I say Mzungu, I want y'all to understand it's not no disrespect or nothing like that. It's just how I classify y'all. So it is what it is. It's better than saying pink people. So we ain't gonna get into that. But as I was saying, a lot of people, those guys take advantage of those things because one, Zooms have been coming to Uganda for a very long time and have a bigger presence in Uganda than the African American community. So oftentimes you find African Americans who are following their group chats that are our own because of the fact that they have a bigger presence here. We literally are the minority here, you understand? So that's what I mean, like, yo, I really want to create those support channels, and I really hope that if I do, it's not going to be for waste, that people are going to take advantage of it, you understand? Because that is the purpose of it. I don't want anybody to keep coming here confused about everything that's going on here in Uganda because of the lack of transparency, all right? So that is another thing that I'm going to try to do for you guys. I'm going to do my best at creating that way, that avenue for people to just be able to either you log on and you just ask whatever questions you want to ask and they'll all be answered, or whatever the case may be. You can DM someone directly and ask. Right now, honestly, what I do is that I try to help people as best I can. If you ask me for a consultation, we'll talk. You pay your money or whatever, we'll talk. We'll have a full consultation. And at the end of it, I literally will continue to help you, regardless of whether you continue to pay me or not. Because I don't want people to fall out with the situation here, and I don't want them to lose interest in the Uganda. There's still a lot going on here and a lot that can be done here, and the lockdown is only 42 days. So that's why I try to keep up with people, and I try my best to make sure that I'm helping you the best way that I can, because I didn't really get all that when I got here. So there's things that I don't know or things that I can't do myself. I know people who can't do it or who do know it. So I try to refer to those people as far as like business. Like for example, I had a brother here who had questions about a visa, and everybody was just lying to him and giving him the full runaround about this and about that, telling him you pay this money, pay that money. Look, I'm gonna take you to a lady who specifically deals with visas. You understand? You have questions about get a car out here. I'm gonna take you to somebody who specifically deals with cars, who sell cars, who not just sells cars, but deal with foreigners who come here who want cars. Because I don't want you to get cheated. You get what I'm saying? So those are the type of services that I provide. You hit your boy King Obatuna up in my DMs or on my email, and we do a full consultation. You pay your money and we do a real consultation. I will definitely make sure I put every little bit of information out there. I'll even give you stuff that you might not even ask me, but things that I know will benefit you in the long run. All right, and that is what I'm trying to create for everyone, because there's a lot of people who actually don't want to pay money for the intellectual property. They just want to ask you a few questions and then figure the rest out on their own. So if I can just create a platform for you guys to just get up there and ask away and you'll get the answers that you want, that will be best. You understand? That would be best. All right. So that's basically what I'm trying to get at. Angie, love you. I really appreciate that donation just now. Wishing you all the best. Stay safe. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you again. I also am trying to stay safe. I stay out the way. I don't get into no drama. I'm in the house by like 7 o'clock. I don't really go nowhere. If I do go out lately, it's usually for like meeting up with an individual for like some kind of business, something like that. I just met this really big Kenyan. I don't think she's a socialite, but I think she's really into social media and everything like that. She's got like 2 million followers on over 2 million followers on Instagram. She's got a huge platform on YouTube, and I didn't get to interview her on video, but I asked her a lot of questions about, you know, stuff like what's going on with this environment and everything like that. And she's telling me, you know, even at her level of being as high as she is, you know, there's some things that happens, but she's able to maintain her business and everything like that because she has so many different hustles, you know, endorsements for this, she's doing influencing for that. It's so many different things that can be done. So that's why I'm saying there's a lot that still can be done here in Uganda. It's just be aware of what's going on. All right. So you were saying what? No country is perfect, man. But Uganda, as a people, we have our shortcomings. But let's focus on the good side, King. Let's not be political on how things are done in the country. Let's talk about beauty. See, now here's where I'm gonna stop you. All right, because if you watch my videos, and I'm sure you do, that's all I do is talk about beauty. You understand? But every so often, we need to talk about the truth, and we need to also put out the information for individuals who are planning to come here. You sound like the kind of guy that will let somebody come here and don't tell them shit about Uganda. So, but by the time they get here, they're just finding out, oh, there's curfew. They're just finding out, oh, you can't get no food after 9 o'clock. They're just finding out, oh, I can't get a ride up the street because ain't no cars. You understand? Don't be that guy. Be the kind of guy who helps their friends. You understand? Each one, teach one. Don't be the kind of guy who wants to just sweep all the dirt under the rug and then make the whole house look like it's clean. Nah, fam, clean that shit, yo. Let's talk about it, all right? Yes, you're right. No country is perfect. And that's why we need to talk about these things. We need to get that information out there. You can't be one of them type of selfish people that only thinks that people are going to come here to snap photos of trees and monkeys and shit. You understand? There's other things that go on in Uganda as well. So I need you to understand that the information I'm putting out here is not to tarnish the image of Uganda, but to boost the image of Uganda. And it's not about the country itself. It's really about the people, bro. It's about the people. I'm not out here disrespecting one individual person or any people, period. I'm trying to boost it up so people can understand that you can have some kind of enjoyment here. But if you take it in that way, that's your own personal insecurities, bro. I have nothing to do with that. So you need to take a long look in the mirror and you need to, you know, figure out what you got going on. Because, bro, King ain't got nothing to do with that. You understand? King ain't saying nothing bad about nobody. I ain't talking about nobody grandmama, nothing like that, all right? I don't talk about nobody bad. I don't talk about political stuff for a specific reason. And that message that you just put out there is one of the reasons why I don't get into politics, because you guys get confused very quickly. You hear something and you guys have selective hearing sometimes. And when I say you guys, I mean people who like to comment in my section without hearing or reading what I'm saying specifically. So you got that selective hearing stuff going on. So at the end of this video, go ahead and watch the whole thing over and then you listen to what I'm saying carefully and you will understand the message that I'm putting out there, all right? I'm not putting out no message to hurt anybody or anything like that, but I do want people to be aware because of the fact that I'm saying I was not aware of a lot of stuff. My job is to be transparent with my subscribers. If you don't like that transparency, bro, you know what to do. All right, fam? So we're going to move right along. Teddy, yo, I appreciate that donation just now. I really, really do. Joshua Martin, yo, thank you. You guys are really looking out for me today. I really, really appreciate it. That tells me that I'm doing something good and I'm putting out the information that I'm supposed to be. So thank you guys for that. And I'm not ranting or anything like that. I'm not the kind of guy who likes to rant. If I do, that means I must know you personally. So I'm talking to you guys because one, it's very difficult for me to talk, especially on live video. And then two, once again, the information. I'm very, very critical about information. All right. If you find you know somewhere else to get all this information and it's accurate and it's good, it's right where it's supposed to be, that's fine, fam. But don't come for me, you know what I'm saying, and tell me now I'm doing all that other stuff. But moving right along. All right. Other than that, yo, I think I've covered all the topics that I wanted to cover for tonight. If you guys have any questions for me, please go ahead and DM me on my Instagram at King Obatunda. If you have any other questions or you don't have Instagram or you don't have access to things like that, you can always email me at my Gmail. It's kingobatunda@gmail.com. I check it every single day. I check it twice before I go to sleep and twice when I wake up. So you guys please hit me up if you have any other questions. But I will say this. This is the last thing I will say. I said something earlier about how I do consultations for people. I've had several individuals who are our people who feel it's not necessary to pay an individual for intellectual property. Now, why do I say that? Because I'm gonna tell you specifically, I had an individual hit me up on my Instagram, they DM me, and they were asking me questions about Uganda. And I tried to explain to them, listen, I put a lot of free information on live videos, and I put a lot of free information on the YouTube itself, and I upload that for you guys to just click on it and watch it for free. When you DM me, yes, I will answer some of your questions, but my time is very precious. In particular, I pay for my time. You understand? I pay for data and everything else. So there's nothing wrong with paying for intellectual property, bro. There's value in it. I put in legwork, footwork, time, money, effort, blood, sweat, and tears just to get this information for you guys. So don't come for me and tell me something about if I can't get it from a brother, who am I supposed to get it from? The whites or the Chinese or the Indians? Seriously? That's how you feel. So instead of you tipping your brother for doing all this hard work and getting the information out for you, you want to disrespect me because I choose to tell you I have a business to run, I have bills to pay, and I need to make ends meet. And I can't just always put all this information out there for free. You understand? It didn't come to me for free, so I can't always put it out there for free. And I get those DMs of people who get really upset and like, yo, you supposed to be a brother, you supposed to help us out, you supposed to do this and do that. I am, but you also should be helping your boy out too. All right? This stuff ain't just easy, it ain't simple. You know, I didn't come to Uganda for free. I had to pay to come out here. So, you know, you guys want to come out here and I'm putting this information out. If you DM me on my Instagram or my email, like I said, I will do my best to put the information out there to you. But please, look out for your boy. All right? It wasn't easy, it wasn't simple to get this information. That's it. Just look out for your boy. All right? So, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe now. If you like this episode of this live, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you would like to see more lives like this, leave me a comment after I post this video to let me know what you think. If you guys want to start seeing more lives in the future versus videos that I upload, if you want to see me do more live videos, have more guests come around, do split screen lives with different guests, please DM me and let me know whether or not you would like to see stuff like that, because I'll only do it once if it's worth a while. You understand? I don't really like to have a whole bunch of people requesting it to get on my Instagram or my video, excuse me, to get on my live videos if we're not talking about something that's consistent and accurate compared as far as the content that I put out. All right. So if you guys want to see more stuff like that, go ahead and let me know now. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you're new to my channel, subscribe now. If you're not, everybody have a great, wonderful day. I appreciate everybody who sent me a donation today. You guys really don't know how much it just helped me out a lot. During this 42-day lockdown, some of the things I'm going to be doing, I might do an exercise video. I might not, I'm not sure, because I've been doing exercises every day, every morning. For the next 42 days, there's a little challenge going around on Instagram here in UG. People are challenging themselves to, you know, stay fit or, you know, stay, keep the morale and stay healthy, basically, during this lockdown. What I've been focused on mostly is mental health. I'm trying to stay mentally healthy as far as everything else. So physically, I've been, you know, lacking a little bit, but I have been losing weight, but it's stress weight. It's not really the real weight that I want to lose. So that's why I'm, you know, getting back into exercising and doing some stuff around the house, you know, lifting a little weights and whatnot. Just doing some cardio, you know, things like that. All right. So I'm definitely gonna, you know, put some more videos out there like that. If you guys want to see me do a little exercise video, if you want to see me in the gym or see my daily routine of what I do as far as exercising, because my life is kind of boring, so I don't do those get ready with me videos. I don't do that, all those videos. But if you want to see exercising or something like that or outing, let me know. All right. Everybody, y'all have a blessed and wonderful day. I'm out. Peace. Thanks for that last donation that just came in, Mr. Brandon. I really do appreciate that, my brother. I really appreciate that.